honestly don't know what to think because, yes, obviously, I would love to see David Tennant and Catherine Tate back because those two have incredible chemistry and they're some of the best Doctor Who characters. I think the whole thing is silly. It could still happen, okay? But the chances of it, I think, are so slim. And who knows, like, I would love to eat my own words here. This video should be an embarrassment for me and my career online.
A few moments later.
Once again. Come on, there's gotta be something. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh boy. I still think I'm right, okay? Hello Whovians, Crispy Bro here, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for sticking around. I do appreciate it. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of rumors and a lot of theories that David Tennant is in fact our 14th Doctor. He's our next Doctor, and then we're gonna get Jodie. I don't quite think that's the case, and we're gonna discuss that today. But before we get into it, hey, why not consider subscribing to the channel? Yeah, I went there, okay. But yeah, please do consider subscribing so you don't miss a thing with all this Doctor Who stuff that's going on. And when we hit 30,000 subscribers, I will fly to the moon. And do like the video as it does help the algorithm. And I have a podcast that comes out every single Saturday called Who's There. Anyway. That's it for shoutouts. How is David Tennant back? I mean, look, if we're honest, it felt like he never really left. He's been in that much Big Finish stuff and he's always been such an advocate for the show. He is basically the poster boy of Doctor Who. But as we've seen, he's somewhat back. He is somewhat back in the role as the Doctor for the 60th special or specials. And it seems to still be within the current continuity of the show. Like, this is not a flashback, this is not a dream sequence, like this is happening, folks. So what is possibly going on? Well, I've seen a few theories online, some somewhat believable, some eh. Some people believe this is the Meta-Crisis Doctor from the end of Series 4. I don't think that's the case. I think that story is well done and, you know, I think they're living happily with Rose. Alright, if it's not that, then perhaps it's like the Curator from the 50th anniversary special. Famously, Tom Baker did not come back for any anniversary special apart from the 50th anniversary, but, you know, he had significantly aged by then, and so it was heavily implied that Tom Baker was still the Doctor, but you go back to revisiting a few old favorites. Okay, I can see that. Perhaps, you know, for some reason, Jodie regenerates into Dave and they're like, oh, what's this for? You know, maybe it's like a Capaldi thing. Maybe this face is like has a message for me. You know what I'm saying? That kind of plays into the theory that perhaps, you know, it's not just a 60th special we're getting with David. Maybe we're getting a whole season with David Tennant's Doctor, the 14th Doctor, not the 10th Doctor, but the 14th Doctor. Maybe, but I think the most likely theory is that this is a de-regeneration. You know, this is an undoing of a regeneration. So hear me out. This is how I imagine it playing out. It might not, and I might sound stupid, but this is how I imagine it playing out. Jodie is regenerating. Perhaps we might get a glimpse of Jodie, and then all of a sudden, the regeneration energy starts going back into the Doctor and what's happening? Basically, the regeneration has started reversing. If this does happen, the fanboy in me wants to get a glimpse of Capaldi and Matt Smith as this de-regeneration's happening. You know, they could very easily do that with CGI if it's just a glimpse, a split second. And then boom, David Tennant appears on screen, confused. You know, it's a whole new de-regeneration. So I do not think that the 14th Doctor is David Tennant, okay? I think that David Tennant is Doctor 10.5. I think this is just a little bit more of David Tennant than we were expecting. And the reason I think this is, one, I don't think they want to necessarily confuse the public, you know? And they're like, oh, David Tennant played the 10th Doctor and the 14th Doctor. I don't know. They could do that, and the numbering doesn't really mean much at this point anyway, so I don't know. But what I firmly believe is happening here is Russell's just trying to pull out all the stops. He is basically weaponizing nostalgia. To kick off the RTD2 reboot, they're going to get in one of the most successfully commercial Doctors and get a fan favorite companion from a fan favorite series. I think it's a stroke of genius. It does worry me a little bit, but I do think it's a stroke of genius, and I can imagine the marketing for this is going to be through the roof. From the Twitter reactions alone, that's been more marketing than what Legend of the Sea Devils did at all. Not only is this a pretty smart move, but I think it's going to be fun for the 60th, but it does make me worry, is the 60th just going to be a celebration of series 4? Like, is it going to celebrate all of Doctor Who that's come before it? I don't know. But in saying that, you know, people that love that era, and there were a lot of people that loved that era, will hopefully, you know, come back to Doctor Who if they, you know, skipped 11, 12, and 13. Oh, but Crispy, no one skipped 11 and 12. They only skipped 13. Shut up. That is so not the case. Everyone's going to have problems with various Doctors, but people just tend to hate on 13 that little bit more, and it makes me very angry. But then that begs the question, if this is a 60th anniversary celebration, what else are they going to do? You know, I'd be very ticked off if, you know, Matt Smith did not appear. He's been very, very vocal about wanting to appear in Doctor Who again.
This is a tough one. Would you rather play Doctor Who again and team up with Karen Gillan again, or team up with Jared Leto again in a Morbius sequel?
Doctor Who. Doctor Who's the best. Doctor Who's the best part in the world. You know, I mean, that's not to say I wouldn't love to be in a Morbius sequel with Jared, because I would. But, you know, the Doctor's the Doctor. Unbeatable. The greatest part on the planet.
I was so hoping you'd say that. That's so lovely.
And, you know, with this whole, like, de-regeneration theory, it opens up quite a lot of possibilities as to who can rock up. Literally, any Doctor that is alive could technically rock up, and, you know, there may be some significant aging, but you could blame it on, you know, the de-regeneration process or something like that. Christopher Eccleston has somewhat, like, opened up to coming back to Doctor Who. You know, he has been in Big Finish stuff now, and that's some of their best stuff. But, you know, there was one quote that really got me from him at a recent con. I'll play it here.
The father of us all is William Hartnell, but the greatest Doctor is Jodie Whittaker, so... No, the Ninth Doctor in particular is a one-man band, definitely. So he doesn't work with other Doctors. If you want me back, you get me on my own.
This could be the way to get the Ninth Doctor back on our screens without having to deal with any other Doctors. I don't know. There's something to it, but I honestly don't know what to make of this. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think David Tennant is the 14th Doctor? Do you think David Tennant is Doctor 10.5 or something else completely? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm really keen to see your theories. Please like this video as it does help out the algorithm, and subscribe if you have not already. I've really been enjoying all the love on the channel recently, and it's been so much fun putting out content for you guys again. I'm really getting into it, so thanks. That's gonna do. I hope you guys have a lovely, 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 lovely day, and I will chat to you soon about something cool, most likely Doctor Who related. Anyway, allons-y!